Cats are beings wrapped in an aura of independence and self-sufficiency. They are often portrayed as proud loners who are quite comfortable being alone with themselves. It seems that they are completely indifferent to how much time they spend alone. They sleep for 16 hours a day, entertain themselves, find cozy spots, and generally roam around on their own. But is that really the case? Do cats really not care how much time they spend alone? Unfortunately, no. Cats, like any social beings, especially those used to constant interaction with humans, can suffer from loneliness. And this suffering can manifest in various ways, often quite subtle for an inattentive owner. Imagine a typical day. You wake up, have breakfast, get ready, and leave for work, leaving your fluffy friend alone in the empty apartment. The whole day, every day, week after week, month after month. Do you think she's having fun? Most likely no. Even if a cat sleeps most of the time, it doesn't mean that she doesn't feel longing, boredom, anxiety, and a sense of abandonment. She can't come up to you and say, "I'm sad and lonely, please play with me." She is forced to experience her emotions in silence, suppressing them inside herself. And this silence, this hidden suffering, can be very expressive if you learn to understand it. The first and perhaps the most obvious sign of a cat's loneliness is a noticeable change in their usual behavior. If your usually calm, affectionate, and sociable cat suddenly becomes apathetic, lethargic, loses interest in play, food, and even you, that's a serious reason to be concerned. She might sleep more, and not in her favorite bed, but in some hidden dark spots under the couch, behind the wardrobe, or in the closet. It's as if she's hiding from the world, from her loneliness. She might avoid your company, not respond to your calls, and not come when you call her. It's as if she has lost her zest for life, as if she has lost interest in everything that used to bring her joy. But there can also be a completely opposite reaction. The cat, on the contrary, becomes excessively clingy and demanding. She literally follows you around like a little tail, constantly meowing, demanding attention, affection, rubbing against your legs, blocking your way, jumping onto your lap even if you're busy. It's as if she's trying to say, "Don't leave me alone. I'm scared, I'm lonely, I need your warmth and attention." Such behavior can be very exhausting and even irritating for the owner, especially if they are tired after work and just want to relax. But it's important to understand that this is not just the whims of a spoiled animal, but a desperate cry for help, a distress signal that cannot be ignored. What about toilet problems? It's a very delicate topic, but it is directly related to her emotional state. Cats. If your cat, who always entered her litter box neatly and without fail, suddenly started doing her business in inappropriate places, like on your bed, on your clothes, on the carpet, or on your shoes, this might not just be revenge, mischief, or naughtiness as owners often think. This can be a manifestation of intense stress, anxiety, and worry caused by prolonged loneliness and lack of attention. It's as if she's trying to get your attention, saying, "Look, I'm not well, I'm here, I exist, pay attention to me." Of course, such behavior can also be related to other reasons like health issues, a dirty litter box, a change in litter, or the arrival of a new pet in the house. But if all these factors are ruled out, then most likely the reason lies in loneliness. Another very alarming sign is excessive grooming, meaning licking their fur. Cats are known to be clean and grooming animals. For them, it's not just a hygiene routine, but also a way to calm down, relieve stress, and relax. But if the cat licks itself too often, too intensely, literally to the point of bald spots, bald patches, skin irritation, wounds, and ulcers appearing, this is no longer normal. This is a clear sign that she's experiencing significant emotional stress. And loneliness can be one of the main reasons for this tension. It's as if she's trying to climb into her own sorrow, her pain, her anxiety. Pay close attention to your cat's appetite. If she refuses to eat, eats very little, reluctantly, only picking the tastiest bits, or on the contrary starts overeating, trying to cope with her stress by consuming food in huge amounts, this can be related not only to health issues, which of course need to be ruled out, but also to her emotional state. Cats suffering from loneliness may lose interest in food because they feel sad and melancholic, or on the contrary, they might try to drown out the feeling of emptiness and loneliness with food. What about destructive behavior? If your usually calm and well-behaved cat suddenly starts sharpening its claws on furniture, wallpaper, curtains, tearing things, scratching doors, gnawing wires, throwing objects off tables and shelves, this may not just be a manifestation of a harmful character or a lack of upbringing. This could be a way to release pent-up energy, relieve stress, dispel boredom and melancholy, and find some sort of activity in an empty apartment. It's as if she's trying to say, I have nothing to do, I'm bored, I'm lonely, I don't know what to do with myself. Sometimes cats suffering from loneliness may become more vocal than usual. They start to meow loudly and for a long time, howl or scream, especially when you leave the house or come back. These sounds can be very plaintive, piercing, and heart-wrenching. So they are trying to get your attention, express their sadness, their loneliness, their longing for interaction. It's as if they're calling out to you, asking you not to leave them alone. Here's another not so obvious but very important sign. The cat is sleeping more than usual. Of course, cats are known to be sleepy and sleep 16-18 hours a day. That's completely normal. But if your beloved pet is sleeping almost all the time when you're not home, showing no interest in the world around her, in toys, in food, or what's happening outside the window, it could be a sign of not just tiredness, but deep depression caused by loneliness and lack of stimulation. It's as if she's drifting off to sleep to escape reality, to avoid feeling her pain and loneliness. Don't forget that cats can suffer from loneliness in the most literal sense of the word. Yes, you heard that right. Prolonged stress, anxiety, and depression caused by the constant absence of their owner and lack of interaction can seriously weaken a cat's immune system, making it more vulnerable to various infectious and non-infectious diseases. She may experience flare-ups of chronic illnesses, develop new health issues. Sometimes, cats suffering from loneliness can show aggression towards other animals living in the house or even towards people, including you. They become irritable, nervous, and quick-tempered. They might scratch, bite, or attack without any apparent reason. That doesn't mean the cat has become mean or aggressive by nature. She's just experiencing intense stress and doesn't know how to cope with it, how to express her negative emotions. And this aggression is essentially a defensive reaction, a way to release built-up tension. What about attempts to escape from home? If your cat is constantly trying to dart out the open door or window as soon as you open them, it might not just be curiosity or a desire to go outside. It could be a desperate attempt to find companionship, to find a friend, to escape the oppressive loneliness. It's as if she's looking for someone to brighten her dreary days, someone to give her warmth. Affection and attention? Pay special attention to how your cat greets you after a long absence. If she happily runs towards you, rubs against your legs, purrs, cuddles, jumps into your arms, this is a good sign. That means she missed you and is happy to see you back. But if she doesn't react to your appearance, continues to lie in her place, not paying attention to you, hides, ignores you, this could indicate that she's experiencing a lot of stress. Due to your absence, that she's upset with you, that she's lost hope for your return. Of course, all these signs taken individually can have other explanations. A cat might just be in a bad mood, feeling tired, unwell, or scared due to something else, like a loud noise outside, the visit of unfamiliar people, or a trip to the vet. But if you've noticed several signs and they occur regularly over a long period, it's worth seriously considering how to help your furry friend cope with loneliness and how to make her life happier and more fulfilling. So what should you do if you suspect your cat is suffering from loneliness? Here are a few tips that might help you. Give your cat more attention. This is the most important and crucial piece of advice. Even if you're very busy at work, even if you have a lot of tasks and worries, try to find time to interact with your cat. Play with her, pet her, talk to her in a gentle voice, pick her up and scratch her behind the ears. Even 15-20 minutes a day spent together can make a huge difference for your cat's emotional well-being. Provide your cat with a variety of entertainment. Buy her more toys like balls, mice, feathers, fishing rods, and laser pointers. Set up a play complex for her with scratching posts, beds, little houses, and tunnels. You can use interactive toys that will keep your cat occupied in your absence. For example, puzzle feeders from which she has to get the food. Create a cozy, comfortable, and safe environment for your cat. She should have her own spot where she can hide, rest, and feel safe. A little house, a bed, a basket, a shelf on the cabinet. Make sure that this spot is warm, comfortable, and peaceful for her. Consider getting a second pet. If you have the opportunity and are sure you can provide proper care for 2 animals, get your cat a friend, whether it's a kitten, a puppy, or even an adult cat. But be prepared for the fact that not all cats are happy about it. Companies and not all animals can get along with each other. Before making such a decision, it's best to consult with a veterinarian or a psychologist. Use pheromones. There are special sprays, diffusers, and collars with synthetic analogs of cat pheromones that help cats relax, reduce stress, and feel calmer and more confident. Don't punish your cat for bad behavior. Remember that destructive behavior, litter box issues, and aggression are not signs of malice, but rather a cry for help. Punishment will only make the situation worse, increasing stress and anxiety. Seek help from a specialist. If you can't handle the problem on your own, don't hesitate to reach out to a veterinarian or a pet psychologist. They will help you understand the reasons behind your cat's loneliness and find the right behavior strategy. And most importantly, remember that a cat is not just a pet, but a full-fledged member of your family. She needs your love, care, attention, and understanding just as much as any other family member. Don't leave her alone with her feelings, with her loneliness. Help her cope with her sadness and anxiety, and she will respond to you with boundless loyalty, love, and gentle purring. Thank you for watching this video until the end. I hope you found it useful and interesting. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It's very important for promoting the channel. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss new episodes about our beloved cats. And in the comments, be sure to share your stories and observations. How do your cats cope with loneliness? What do you do to help them cope with sadness and boredom? Your tips and recommendations can be very valuable for other cat owners. See you next time on air.